there seems to be a spike in the prices. They say that some, not all, are hoarding, and you know that you increase the price by selling more than the usual. For totoo, I am just here giving you the warning na pag nahuli kayo ng DTI or nahuli kayo ng police, the Philippine National Police, we will ask them to arrest the hoarder and people who are taking advantage of the situation. We have to put a stop on this.
The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. The reported death toll due to Typhoon Odette inches closer to 400. The NDRRMC reports that as of this morning, some 397 have been reported dead due to Typhoon Odette. Over 80 people remain missing, while 1,147 people were injured. A total of 4.2 million people were affected by the deadly typhoon. Meanwhile, 560,000 people were displaced. The estimated cost of damage to infrastructure has also increased to 16.7 billion pesos. Estimated damage to agriculture, on the other hand, is at 5.3 billion pesos. As of today, 334 cities and municipalities have declared a state of calamity as they grapple with the effects of Typhoon Odette. Food prices have once again increased during the holidays, but the Agriculture Department says people can expect hog prices to lower as supply arrives in the metro this week. Shaila Francisco has this report.
Edna decided to buy tilapia and bangus for her family in Kalayaan Talipapa Market as prices of other fish products, meat and even vegetables are up.
Hindi namin kaya. Mahirap. Medyo mahal po. Wala ko tayong magagawa dyan, ganun talaga. Tsaga, tipid na lang po ng kunti.
Prices of bangus and galunggong increased by 20 to 30 pesos due to fewer catch. Prices of some spices and vegetables are also 20 pesos higher. Even pork prices have reported hikes of up to 20 pesos. This affected sales of retailers, which is why at times they give in to buyers haggling for lower prices.
Kahit nga maging less na lang yung profit margin namin, basta maibenta lang kaysa mag-stock. Yung 10 pesos per kilo, malaking bagay na yun sa mga mamimili.
The price increases came after Typhoon Odette destroyed crops and other agriculture products. As of yesterday, damage to agriculture due to the typhoon has reached 6 billion pesos. This affected close to 70,000 farmers and fishermen in 11 provinces. The typhoon in particular affected the transport of hogs to Metro Manila as some supply are sourced in Visayas and Mindanao.
Nagkaroon din po ng challenge yung ating mga tawid dagat, no, mga stranded na baboy sa region 10 na papunta po dito sa Metro Manila. Look for mga alternative routes at alam naman po natin pag alternative route, pag sinabi po natin mas mahal, mas malayo ang biyahe, that will mean merong cost implications po yan.
The DA, however, notes that the problem has already been addressed and they are expecting lower prices of hogs this week with the arrival of more supply. The DA also clarifies that price hike in vegetables are not due to Typhoon Odette since the supply in Metro Manila are sourced from other areas. The increase in prices is due to tight supply due to lean months. Still, they are monitoring supply and prices in regions 6, 7, 8, 10, and 12 after reports of price movements in agri-fishery products. For now, they will try to maintain or lower prices of agri-fishery products before the end of the year. Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
Some private hospitals will kick off their 2022 with a so-called PhilHealth holiday. This is their way of protesting the state insurers' unpaid claims. Camille Samonte with a report.
A group of private hospitals is eyeing to hold a so-called PhilHealth holiday from January 1 to 5. This means some hospitals will not accept PhilHealth benefits during this time period for any of their offered healthcare services. Patients who are PhilHealth members will have to pay hospitals in full, then ask for reimbursement from PhilHealth afterwards. The Private Hospital Association of the Philippines says this is their way of protesting against the state insurers' unpaid claims. This is also the group's way in supporting their member hospitals who want to cancel their partnership with PhilHealth.
Gusto lang namin iparating na parang yung aming kasing mga hinihiling sa PhilHealth na mga kabayaran sa aming mga claims for reimbursement ay hindi naman natutugunan ng PhilHealth.
The group notes that PhilHealth's unpaid claims have reached up to 9 to 10 billion pesos. Because of these, hospitals warn that some facilities may have to shut down due to lack of funds for their operations. PHAPI says it will release this week the list of private hospitals that will participate in the PhilHealth holiday. The group's president, Dr. Jose de Grano, meanwhile clarifies that hospitals will still accept patients, even if PhilHealth holiday is in place. If patients will not be able to pay hospital fees in private facilities, they will be referred to public hospitals. De Grano appeals for the public's understanding of their decision.
Hindi namin talaga ito gusto. No? Survival na po itong iniisip natin. Sa pamamagitan po nito, ay kaya naming masustentuhan yung aming mga resources.
Meanwhile, PhilHealth says it has now fast-tracked the release of over 11 billion peso payment claims through a debit-credit payment method. But PHAPI argues PhilHealth's mode of payment is unacceptable. They explain this method only allows an upfront payment of 60% of the amount, while the remaining 40% will only be paid once documents have been processed.
Magbabayad po sila, bakit po may kondisyon pa sa babayaran kung magkano ibabayad sa inyo at saka may kondisyon kung paano nila babayaran kayo, which is sa tingin namin ay hindi katanggap-tanggap.
For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
Presidential Adviser for Entrepreneurship Joey Concepcion is not in favor of expanding face-to-face classes early next year. In an interview with the chiefs, Concepcion explained that this should only be allowed once children have been fully vaccinated. Concepcion noted that a similar rule is enforced in the U.S., where only fully vaccinated students are allowed to come to school, while those who haven't completed their shots are mandated to take an RT-PCR or antigen test.
I mean, as a parent myself, if my son is not vaccinated, I'm not going to allow him to go to face-to-face class.
Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere warns the public against using firecrackers and even torotot. Speaking to one PH's Sa Totoo Lang, Vergere said that there has been an increase in injuries resulting from firecrackers compared to last year. She also warned against using noisemakers like torotot.
Gusto po namin magpaalala sa ating mga kababayan, ngayon pong malapit na ang pag-celebrate natin ng pagsalubong sa bagong taon. Sana po alalahanin natin, iwas aksidente po tayo. So iwas paputok po tayo lahat. Yun pong mga safe na lang na mga noisemakers ang gamitin muna natin. We do not encourage the use of these torotots kasi maari po itong makapanghawa, makapagsalin-salin sa iba't ibang tao ang infection dahil sa paggamit ng mga torotot sa darating na bagong taon.
Despite the warning from the health department, some people still troop to the fireworks capital, Bulacan, to prepare for the new year. The price of some fireworks, though, now double their original price. Romel Lopez with the report.
With a few days left till the new year, people have started to flock Bukawi, Bulacan to buy fireworks. But as the demand rises, prices have also increased by 70 to 100%. Aerials are now priced at 800 to 15,000 pesos. Sparklers are now 50 to 300 pesos, and fountains are being sold at 35 to 700 pesos. Vendors say this is due to the lack of raw materials.
Kami araw-araw kaming gumagawa pa. Kulang talaga ang supply this year kasi nga bawas yung mga naigawa ng tao dahil sa hirap na makaangkat ng mga chemicals.
But some people don't mind spending more.
Tumaas ang presyo. Pero hindi naman araw-araw to eh. Once in a year lang naman kaya tsaka para pamahain din namin na pagka maraming pamutok, maraming nadating na pera.
But at the same time, authorities are warning the public against the use and sale of illegal firecrackers. This includes Super Lolo, Pla Pla, Giant Whistle, Goodbye Philippines, Piccolo, Pop Pop, and Watusi.
We want to make sure that wala pong magbebenta at walang lalabag sa batas.
The Health Department has so far logged 19 firecracker-related injuries, 58% higher compared to the same period last year. 37% of this year's cases are from Region 6. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the use of torotot is also not advisable.
Iwas din muna ang paggamit ng torotot, pito o iba pang mga laruan na ginagamitan ng bibig upang maiwasan po natin ang pagkakahawa-hawaan. Mas masaya po ang pagsalubong natin ng bagong taon kung tayo po ay ligtas at malusog.
As the New Year celebrations draw near, the DOH is urging the public to continue observing health protocols. For News 5, Romel Lopez, we are One News.
Here's a quick look at some of today's headlines. Health experts warn of another possible surge in COVID-19 cases by January. The Health Department clarifies that they will no longer issue social media cards of COVID-19 case updates, but they will continue releasing case bulletins through their website. And Signal Entertainment's Big Night is the big winner in this year's Metro Manila Film Festival, Gabi ng Parangal. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 10:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.